What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition, Sunday morning edition, if you will. An inspirational edition, if you will, of Driving with Duck. Now on YouTube, now available on YouTube. Also on Facebook. I was thinking this morning of my youth. Think about how all this stuff came to be. I remember me and my grandfather that raised me, we were driving back from somewhere in Fitchburg. I was like 15. We're talking about why I do what I do. From 15, I was always looking out for people, trying to help people. He said, why do you always feel like you have to help people? You ain't gonna do much. And I said, Dad, to tell you the truth, man, you know, if I could just help one person, that'll make all the difference to me. It's back when I was 15, man. It's 27 years ago. A young pup. And throughout my whole life, I always wanted to help people. That was just my thing, just helping people. Get through the day-to-day, get through the mundane, saving lives, helping people out. Just who I always been, helping people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I've hurt people. Of course, sometimes it was on purpose, sometimes it was on accident, but we all make mistakes. We all do things we don't mean to do. Sometimes we do things with malicious intent in our hearts, and you know what? One day when I go to the pearly gates and I'm talking to St. Peter, he's going to have some stuff to say to me, and I'm probably not going to want to hear it someday in hell. I may even end up in hell for it, and that's also okay. But, you know, we all have our demons to face. But that's not the point of this video. It's all supposed to be uplifting, right? But it's on my way to work this morning. I wanted to talk very briefly about growing up and changing direction, right? And we can all grow up at any time. Now, the one thing my grandmother, who I like to call my mother, raised me, she used to always tell me, she'd say, little Danny, you got some growing up to do. You got to grow up. That's the one thing she would say to me. Even, I'm 42 years old now. I think the last time she said that to me, I was like in my mid-30s. I would get so pissed off when she would say that to me. You got to grow up. I was like, what do you mean I got to grow up? No grown-ass person wants to hear that, but we always have a little room to grow. I mean, always got to have a little breathing room in life. And I can tell you, it is okay to have that necessity to grow in life. Sometimes you'll be at a job for like 10 years, 15 years, and then you'll just wake up one morning and decide that job is no longer for you. And sometimes you got to make that career move. Sometimes you'll have a particular type of car that you'll drive. You'll be a diehard, I don't know, I drive a Ram, so you'll be a diehard Ram person. That's the type of vehicle that you elect to drive. And then maybe one time they change the body design. You're like, you know what? Nah, I don't like it. So maybe I'll switch over to Chevy. Maybe I'll be that type of person going forward. Boom. That's you growing a little bit. Maybe you're the type of person that, you know what? I don't mess with fish like that. I don't rock like that. And then one day you meet somebody that prepares it differently and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna eat fish like this all the time. Then maybe it's gonna change the way you eat it. So maybe you expand your palate a little bit, then you change. Grow a little bit. Maybe you're not in your 50s till you decide to try it. And you know what? There's always room to grow, just a taste. There's a lot of things that we all could change, that we all could grow from. I remember I was 16 years old and I was big into dance music, trance music, and my mission in life, I wanted to be a DJ. So my mission, once I graduated, was to move to New Haven, Connecticut and become a DJ. Don't ask me why I chose New Haven. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why I thought that was the mecca of dance music. I have no freaking idea. Maybe because I thought that was the spot. I don't know. I have no idea. It was weird. But also at the same time, I thought that my dream job was going to be not only moving to New Haven, I was going to be a resident DJ by night and a retail sales manager by day, selling clothes. I worked for JW, Jeans West, retail clothing. That was my shit. But you know, you grow as you get older. And it's funny because when you're a teenager, you know, the world is so big and there's so much to learn and there's so much that you aren't aware of in life, and you don't know the limitations of the world and the things that can be done. And you don't understand your own limitations because you think you can learn everything and you soak up everything and you're a sponge. But the older you get, your body starts to wither and break down, and you realize that yes, you do have limitations. And there are geographical limitations that you have as well. And you go through life and you realize that, wow, things aren't exactly what I thought that they were as you grow. And the Sunday morning as I'm driving into work, I wanted to let you know that whatever you're going through, whatever life is throwing at you, it is okay to change. Sometimes you're getting beat over the head repeatedly with the fact that, yes, it is okay for you to walk away from that job that you've been at for 15 years and you no longer want to go to, but you're trying to look for the message from the higher powers that be telling you it's okay to leave. Well, I'm telling you on their behalf, yes, it's okay for you to leave. Because if you're at that point where the anxiety is kicking in, especially in the middle of a pandemic where you're crying every day, or you're yelling at your spouse, or you're fighting, or you're coming close to physically assaulting your spouse because you're that stressed about that job, yes, it's time for you to leave. Or if you're very close to not having money to feed your family, to constantly fix the car that you've had for 20 years, but due to sentimental values, you want to keep it and keep throwing money into that rust bucket, trust me, it's time to trade it in and get another car. You'll be spending the same amount of money, but at least you won't be having it in and out of the shop and having unexpected expenses. You'll be having the same expense every month, making that payment. It's pretty simple. Trade that little POS in, get a reliable vehicle. I'm just trying to save you the headache and the heartache. Now, speaking of changing and growing, the reason why I started this channel, it is not to make any money. It is not for me to become anything. It is simply because I care about people and the human condition. I don't have much money myself. I'm not somebody special. I'm not somebody important. I just have a lot to say, and I needed a medium to say it. I don't even know if anybody's really going to watch this or listen to it. I don't even think I'll hit over, 50 views on any given video, to be honest. I'm just doing it because I've had various people at various points hit me in my messenger and be like, you know what, dude, that video was right on time, and I needed it, and I needed to hear it, and I appreciate you throwing it out there for me because I needed it. And that's it. At one point in my life, and it's verifiable, I was training to be an associate pastor of a church in Ayer, Massachusetts, many years ago, and I ended up walking away from the church for my own personal reasons. I'm not even going to get into it. It's in my past. I'm not bashing anybody. I'm not going to put anybody on Front Street. It was just my own personal reasons that I walked away from it, and it's not that I walked away from God, I just walked away from the church. That's it. But I just felt the need to do that, and I did. So, that was on me, and that's what I did. But, yeah, I created this channel many, many years ago. I started doing it in my old basement, making videos about life and talking about things. And, I made a video about, my life, how I got started living with my mother, who was a teenager trying to raise 3 kids, and then my grandparents taking me in. I'll even upload that video at some point today. But today's Sunday, man. It's an inspirational day. It's a day of self-reflection and self-help. And I challenge each of you to take today to reflect on your life, take inventory, call your family and recharge today. Today is a day to plug in tap into the universe, tap into that energy that's resourced. Go outside, take that walk. You know, it is going to be beautiful midweek. It is going to be in the 50s, 60s here in Massachusetts. Go out and take that walk today, because I'm telling you, there's not going to be too many more crisp days out. But you know what? Today, go hit some trails. Get some walking done. Become one with nature. Get out, throw on your favorite music, and be you for a while. I don't care if it's after work, if you got a job. If it's before work, I don't care if you don't got a job. Go tap in. Go friggin' look for a few jobs. Hit the friggin' job search engines for a little bit, and then go take some time for you, because self-care is very inexpensive, but also very priceless. That needs to happen. Go make your favorite cup of coffee, sit at your kitchen table, excuse me, read a book for a bit, throw on some makeup, throw on some nice clothes, go walk around the mall for a bit with the mask on, of course. Take care of yourself. It needs to happen. You need to do that for you, not for anyone else. Clean up your house. Wipe down your countertops. Look at the wood grain. Practice some Zen focusing. You need to do that. Very important. But this driving with Duck today was kind of all over the place, a little out of focus. But that's okay. Sometimes it's going to happen. Sometimes these things are very organic, and I'm okay with that. But it creates peace, right? Promotes peace. Sometimes within the chaos, there is peace. There's maybe a little piece of this video that you took something from, and I hope you did. Because I know for me, being a 15-year-old boy telling my dad, if I can reach one person, I've done enough. And I'm hoping that within my lifetime, I've reached one person 1,000 times over. I always tell people now, if I die today, I've lived a very fulfilling life. I have 2 children that are 20 and 14 years old, and I hope that I touch them every single day in a spiritual level. And I left them a part of my legacy, and I hope I leave a part of my legacy with you. Someone that's watching these videos, whether it be in 2021 or it be in 2041. I hope I leave a little piece of myself with each person that I touch. But this has been another edition of Driving with Duck on YouTube and on my Facebook page. I wish you the best day. Love and light on this Sunday. Love you.